Hi guys, this is another video talking more about myself. So disabled people. Well, let me tell you guys, I myself am also one of those people. Wait, you don't have any broken limbs? I know, but what I mean is this. See this? This is my scar. So let me tell y'all this story of my disability, a congenital heart disease, which is a disease you can get when you're born, specifically when I was born. And that's what this video is about. I've had this condition in my entire life, and let me tell you, I have not been cured yet. But don't worry, guys, it'll happen soon. It all started when I was born, obviously. And when I was 1 month old, I've had my first two surgeries, which were called ballooning and stenting. Which before that happened, I had to go through some checkups and some tests, which one of them is called phlebotomy. If you don't know what that is, it's a procedure of losing bad blood through a dextrose to replace it with good blood through another dextrose. Why am I talking about this? It's because my mom told me that my first phlebotomy was when I was 6 months old, which makes sense since I didn't remember and I was a baby back then. Anyway, other than phlebotomy, there is another test I have to take, which is before starting the surgery, and that is called cardiocath. Cardiocath is a test by putting tubes that connect from your thighs or neck to a monitor to let the doctor see if the blood pressure is moderate enough to consider starting the surgery. But not straight away, okay? I'm telling you guys this cause you know why. Anyway, my third surgery, yes, I have to take 4 surgeries to finalize, and I'll show you the fourth one later. The third one is called Glenn shunting, which is basically stenting, but this time the blood vessel between the lung and heart connect together without using tubes. After the third surgery, it was time to finalize it, but it's gonna take a lot longer than expected. My first phlebotomy that I've ever noticed is when I was almost 12 during my summer vacation for my circumcision. During that, I sort of felt nervous because I didn't know what it felt like during the first time I noticed. Same thing when I did my first cardiac noticed. The difference is that during the procedure of the phlebotomy I first noticed, I didn't really mind. After the first phlebotomy I ever noticed, we went on with our day, and I felt better. Plus, I wasn't scared of it anymore. But during my first cardiac cath notice, and I mean the procedure, it didn't hurt because I was under the effect of anesthesia. But that didn't mean I tolerated it. Even though I was asleep for the majority of it, I heard noises and felt the surgeons doing the procedure on me. Again, it didn't hurt because of anesthesia, but it felt uncomfortable, even if I didn't felt pain during that. After I rested in the infirmary after the procedure, I was relieved that it was over. The next day after my cardiac cath, the doctors found out that I have pulmonary artery hypertension, or PA. So they decided not to pursue the surgery because it would be too risky. They said I have to take medication for 6 months to lower the lung pressure. Lastly, I had phlebotomy before I was discharged from the hospital. Fast forward 8 months after my cardiac cath, I had another phlebotomy, thrice, and that was all. My final upcoming surgery is called Fontan. You guys can figure what's that about in Google. So yeah, for 14 years I've had this condition. But hey, don't feel bad for me. Even though I've had this in my life, don't feel bad for me or other PWDs out there. Cause even though I have a disability, I can work hard for my goals and succeed. That goes the same for those of you who are as disabled as I am. And hey, look how I've turned out right now. See you in the next video, guys!